Cape Verde, pretty incredible story there. But anything else quickly in the African qualifiers that jumped out? They're the only first timers going in that group. Everyone else has gone at least 4 times previously. So not a ton of new teams breaking through in Africa.
No, I mean, shout out to Alan O'Yearworth, Uganda, finishing second in their group behind Algeria. That was, I think, a wild group. How Algeria dropped points in 2 games, which I thought was probably 1 game too many, which is fine. Most of the gripes Africa is going to have is actually from their second round playoff teams. So they basically seed all the teams that come in second, and the top 4 go into a playoff. Well, those top 4 were Gabon, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, or DR Congo, Cameroon, and Nigeria. So Cameroon and Nigeria literally snuck in on goal difference because they were all tied with a bunch of teams at 15 points. And then Cameroon and Nigeria avoided each other in the first round of the playoffs, because I don't know if it was a random draw or if it was seeded. But Nigeria and Cameroon, you figure, they're gonna walk through this. They're top 50 teams. Nope, they both bottled it. Cameroon bottled it in the first round to the DR Congo, and then Nigeria lost on penalties to the DR Congo. So the DR Congo goes into the Intercontinental Playoff. They're the other bye team with Iraq, waiting for the 2 CONCACAF teams, New Caledonia, and there's someone I'm missing from South America that'll be in the draw tomorrow. But yeah, Cameroon and Nigeria missing out and being wildly not great in this playoff run. That's pretty brutal. Cameroon only lost 1 game, but they drew 4. And Nigeria, same thing. I think they just drew too many games, but they were only a point behind South Africa. That group was wildly competitive, with Benin also finishing on 17 points in third place. I think it was Group C, if I remember correctly. I was just looking at it. But yeah, Africa is always one of those regions where somehow someone drops off like really hard, and you're always kind of sort of like wildly disappointed in them. This time it was more of just, well, you had all these teams get into the playoff, and Gabon, I wouldn't say Gabon's like a Cinderella team, but certainly one of those teams where it's like, well, we're gonna be nice. There was also some shenanigans. Someone dropped out in Africa. I forget who it was, and it screwed up. So they had to do the thing in Europe where they don't count like the 50 goals you score against Malta. Or Gibraltar. So they just only are counting like the 8 games and all that other kind of sort of nonsense, and it's fine because I think it would just been 2 wins for everyone. But Gabon, I think, was technically like the highest seeded team. But like I said, like Nigeria and Cameroon both missing out, like that's kind of a big deal. Not that Cape Verde, I think Cape Verde's been very good over the last handful of years. I don't know their African Cup of Nations record, but I don't think there's any team that's like ridiculously surprising. It's just a couple of teams that outside of those 2. I think if you gave Africa another spot or 2, I think a lot of those teams out of that playoff would qualify. Even a Gabon would come into the World Cup and do very well. So it's going to be an interesting ride for Africa. And if I'm trying to double check right now, I want to say it was 7 of their top 10 teams made it. And then the Congo was the playoff team. So it's not like an absurd, like we've got a random pot 4 team that's like 130th in the world making it. No.
Again, just based on their history of qualification, there's not too many surprises.
No.
But it is always kind of nice to see, again, like something like a Ghana, something like a South Africa that hasn't been around. They missed 3 in a row, and make their way back in. But just obviously the Cape Verde story is pretty crazy, and be interesting to see if they're able to, again, like Curacao, are they able to just make a good showing, right?
Yeah.
No one expects much, but make a good showing.
Make a good showing. Make a round of 32. Scare the bejesus out of someone. Listen, that's it. You have to start somewhere, and I think again the fun part of having like a Curacao and a Cape Verde is, okay, we got to World Cup. What's the next step? Get to a second one. Make it farther the next time. Get another result than you did the year before. Like there's ways to build on this now, and I hope this leads to not just more competitive World Cups and like round of 32 games being more meaningful and not just a walkover, but it leads to more exciting regional action because, like I said, I don't watch a lot of African qualifying. I don't know. I don't even know what channel it would be on, where I would find it. That's not the point. The point is, now that I know it's there, I'm like, oh, Cape Verde's playing? Heck